The most avoidable cave diving deaths ever. Lock in. I don't know why you would ever want to go cave diving, but let's check this video out.
Nam Talu Cave. On October 13th, 2007, 9 people entered Nam Talu Cave in Khao Sok National Park, Thailand.
I can't lie, it looks pretty. Like, I would want to be seeing this view.
The group included 6 tourists, 4 Swiss nationals, a 10-year-old boy from Germany.
Who is bringing their 10-year-old to a cave? If I have a child, I'm not bringing him into a near-death situation. The only thing I could see is, like, he could squiggle his way out. Like, he could, like, one of those. But, like, I don't know. I don't know.
And a teenage girl from the UK, as well as 2 Thai guides. The cave is known for its scenic passages filled with shallow water.
Okay.
During the dry season, guided tours are common. But this tour took place in the middle of Thailand's rainy season. The group entered the cave shortly after noon. The weather at the entrance was stable. No rain had fallen in the area.
I was going to say, like, why are you going in when you're not supposed to? But if the weather looked clear, we good.
That
we
morning,
good. Makes sense.
And conditions seemed safe. However, rainfall had occurred further upstream in the nearby mountains, where the cave's watershed begins. Because Nam Talu is part of a complex drainage system, it is highly sensitive to upstream flooding. As the group made their way through the cave, they followed a stream passage that grew deeper. The guides noticed that the water level was slowly...
Yo, you're telling me you're the guide and you're like, oh, my feet are wetter than normal. Oh, the water's like rising. It's fine. It's fine. Hey, as long as I get my $50 from this tour, we good. We good. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's run this tour up.
Rising, but they continued deeper. Minutes later, a flash flood surged through the tunnel.
Oh, I wonder why there's a flash flood. Maybe you should have turned back.
The water rose quickly and flooded the narrow sections of the cave. Panic broke out. One of the guides instructed the group to climb a slope toward higher ground. Some managed to reach safer areas. Others were caught in the current. The water filled the tunnel within minutes, leaving no airspace in sections. The narrow passageway gave the group no room to escape.
Everyone died? That's rough. I feel bad for that 10-year-old. He probably didn't even want to go. Bro was just trying to chill at home, play some Xbox. His parents drag him to Thailand, drag him to this stupid cave, and then he just dies.
8 of the 9 people inside the cave drowned.
One
Only
left.
the British teenager survived by climbing onto a narrow ledge above the water. She waited there for more than 16 hours before being rescued by
16 hours I'm jumping in the water and drowning. I
a
can't
search
do
team. The other tourists and both Thai guides were found dead. Among the victims was the 10-year-old boy from Germany. The incident drew national attention.
Crazy.
Authorities closed the cave and later issued a seasonal closure order.
That's probably good. That's probably for the best. Maybe like a cave that just floods randomly and kills people shouldn't be open to the public when it rains.
June to November each year, the cave would remain off limits due to the risk of flash flooding. Signs were installed at the entrance to warn visitors. Local tour companies
It's crazy how it takes like a death for that to happen. Like, you'd think people have like the brain to understand, oh, the water can like dangerously rise really quickly and drown people. But, you know, until a 10-year-old dies, it doesn't matter.
Instructed not to conduct tours during this time. For more than a decade, the seasonal closure was respected, but enforcement was inconsistent. Some tour operators quietly resumed cave tours.
You're telling me people still go into this cave during the rainy season after they told them to shut it down? Are you serious? Are they just stupid? Like, I get it, it's their livelihood and they have to make money, but there's got to be some other caves you can tour, bro. Are we serious?
During the rainy months, if surface weather conditions seemed safe. In many cases, the risk was underestimated. On August 6th, 2024, another group entered the Nam...
You're telling me it happened again. We had this one time. I thought that was the unavoidable cave death. This?
Talu Cave, despite the official closure. The group included 22 tourists and 2 Thai guides.
22?
The weather at the time appeared...
You got 2 guides for 22 people?
Normal. It had rained the previous evening.
I'm sorry, but if I'm with a group of 22 of my closest friends, there's no way 2 random guys from Thailand are going to be able to control all of us. We're going to go run in the cave. We're going to go do something stupid. We're probably going to cause a flash flood by moving the wrong rock or some shit.
But the skies were clear that morning. The group began their tour in the afternoon. At around 5 p.m., while the group was exiting the cave, a flash flood struck. Water from upstream had reached the cave system and rushed through the narrow tunnel. The force of the water trapped the group inside. Thai rescue teams were dispatched quickly. They were able to extract the tourists and one of the guides. However, the second guide, a 37-year-old man, was swept...
I'm not gonna lie, do you feel bad for him? Like, I don't feel as bad for him as I would if the tourist died. The tourists have no clue about the off-season and how it's supposed to be closed. This guy knew damn well he shouldn't be going in this cave. He knew damn well that it's closed for a reason.
Away by the
current.
current.
It still sucks.
His body was found several hours later. He had been helping others escape when the flood overwhelmed him.
Never mind. My bad, tour guide. You were helping everyone escape. That's my fault. That's a tragic death.
Investigation followed. The Park Service confirmed that the cave had been closed at the time. The tour company responsible had violated the seasonal closure policy. Legal
but like, you're not closing it down hard enough if people can just get in there. Is it like one strip of tape that's saying, please don't go in, there could be a flood? Like, come on. Like, put some bodyguards out there.
Action was taken against the operator for negligence. After the 2024 incident, park officials strengthened safety measures.
Good.
Despite these efforts, concerns remain. Some local operators continue to minimize the risks. In a region where tourism is a major source of income, there is pressure to keep popular attractions open. Visitors unfamiliar with the cave's history...
Like, I'm getting it makes sense. Like, yes, you're a tourist. Yes, you want to go in. Yes, it pays these people in Thailand money. But, like, bro, at some point, you got to understand your life is worth more than some money. And I'm sure they're not even paying, like, a bunch of money for this tour.
May not understand the danger. The Nam Talu cave disasters are among the most avoidable cave deaths in recent memory. Schroeder's Pants Cave. On February 13, 1965, 3 members of the Boston Grotto Club arrived in the small town of Dolgeville, New York. Their goal was to explore a cave in the foothills of the Adirondacks, known as Schroeder's Pants Cave. The group included 23-year-old James Mitchell, a chemist from Massachusetts, nurse Hetty Miller, and Harvard graduate student...
I'm not gonna lie. This doesn't look like the strongest roster. We have a chemistry student, a Harvard grad, and a nurse. All 3 are not notoriously known to be strong. I'm not gonna lie, this is not the best roster for something to go wrong.
Charles Bennett. Before entering the cave, Mitchell visited George Lyon, a local man who, together with Herb Schroeder, had discovered the cave in 1947.
That's
Lyon
that boy's
provided
cave. Schroeder.
them with background information on the layout of the cave, but no one warned them about the conditions inside. Temperatures had hovered around...
You discover the cave, you see some 3 college kids that are like, hey, help us out get in this cave. Oh, here's a map. But, by the way, I'm not going to tell you about all the dangers of this cave and how you're going to die.
Around freezing earlier that week, leading to increased runoff. Ice-cold water was now pouring through the cave's passageways. Despite this, the 3 cavers entered. They worked their way through the named sections of the...
That's what I don't mess with. That's what I don't mess with. Having to get all, like, hunched up. Having to get, like, if it's, like, a cave where I can stand up, whatever, that's fine. But if I have to get, like I'm hunching, like, nah. That's not for me, dog. That's not for me.
Cave, Lemon Squeeze, Z-Bend, and Gun Barrel, until they reached an open chamber with a vertical shaft that dropped Rough Bend and Gun entered. They worked their way through the named sections of the cave, Lemon Squeeze, Z-Bend, and Gun Barrel, until they reached an open chamber with a vertical shaft that dropped roughly 80 feet.
You're telling me you see that? You see that little like vertical? You see like a little pit? You see a little pit? You think it ain't? Oh, there's a big pit. Woo! Yeah, no. What are you doing? I swear, if they go down there, this is deserved.
Or about 24 meters into a bell-shaped cavern below. Mitchell was the first to attempt the descent.
Yeah.
He clipped into his safety lines and began lowering himself down.
You're an idiot!
But something went wrong. He stopped partway down and appeared to be in trouble. According to Miller, Mitchell attempted to descend further, then tried to climb back up the rope. He was unable to make progress in either direction. He was being hit directly by the water flowing down the shaft. Rescue reports estimated that about 10 gallons or 38 liters of freezing water were landing on his head every minute. The cold quickly became a serious factor.
Freezing water. Yeah, nah, Mitchell, bro, you're done.
Mitchell's strength began to fade. His voice became weaker. Eventually, he stopped speaking altogether.
Bennett, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that's these two's fault. Like, if your homeboy's down in a little pit and he's not making any noise for 40 minutes, I feel like I'd be a bit nervous pulling him back up.
And Miller tried to pull him up.
Oh, they tried.
They spent 45 minutes struggling with the rope, but couldn't lift him out.
Real ones, bro.
Realizing the situation was beyond what they could manage, Bennett exited the cave to find help. A newly formed cave rescue team, the National Capital Grotto Rescue Squad, flew in from Washington, D.C. on Air Force Two. The operation quickly made national headlines. Among the 6 young rescuers was Doug Bradford. None of them had experience with an actual cave rescue.
You're telling me we got the Avengers of Cave Rescue that are supposed to dial us in, save the world, kill Thanos, and get my boy out of the cave, and none of them have ever done cave diving experience? What? What do you mean?
But they had trained for similar situations.
Nice.
They made their way into the cave.
But they've never actually been in a cave. They've trained, but they've never been in a cave.
To the shaft. Their first attempt was to pull Mitchell up by the rope, but it was immediately clear that he was no longer alive. Bradford later explained that...
Oh, no, really? My boy's been getting hit by freezing water for 3 hours because you guys had to fly in a plane, you've never rescued someone, and you're just going to try and yank him up.
Mitchell's body was limp, and that they quickly understood it would now be a recovery effort. The team worked on widening parts of the cave.
Okay.
They spent 3 days trying to make space to bring the body out.
We're dragging it, bro. Can we not get him out sooner?
But during one of their rigging attempts, part of the shaft collapsed. Dirt and debris began falling down into the cave.
Now these guys are gonna die. Our cave team of experts are just gonna drop dead because they've never been in the cave in their life before.
It was no longer safe to continue. With Mitchell's body still suspended by his harness, the cave was sealed. Explosives were used to close the main entrance. Large rocks were placed over the collapse, and a memorial headstone was installed near the site. Pierre Saint-Martin Cave. In August 1952, an international caving expedition began descending into the Pierre Saint-Martin Cave
that looks cool.
system, located in the Pyrenees along the border of France and Spain. At the time, it was considered the deepest known cave in the world. Among the team was Marcel Lubin, a 33-year-old French engineer and experienced cave explorer.
All right,
he served
finally
as
got some experience up in here.
second in command of the expedition, which was led by Belgian Professor Cossens. The team had spent nearly a week underground.
Once again with that, like, you gotta hunch up. I don't mess with
setting up rope ladders, exploring new passages, and mapping vertical
See, I'm not gonna lie. This one, they're taking time. They're planning it. We got our dog over here who has years and years of experience in caving. Like, I think this one's better.
shafts deep inside the mountain. On Wednesday, August 27th, after 6 days underground, Lubins was being hauled.
Can you spend 6 days underground? I'm not gonna lie. I started tweaking back in that thing, when I got quarantined. For I to be like in my bedroom for 7 days, I started tweaking, losing it. Could you spend 6 days in a cave?
Hauled up through a vertical shaft as part of the ascent out of the cave. He was suspended by a steel cable attached to a winch system. But just as he was being lifted up the final stretch, the cable snapped. Lubins fell 130 feet or almost 40 meters straight down a rock slope into the shaft. He survived the fall.
I was gonna say that's gonna be probably the best death of this video. You know, peaceful, nice, just boom, smack the ground, feel nothing, you're dead. Instead of freezing to death like the other guy, instead of being trapped down there, like, but he lived, so he's
But
just
the impact left him severely injured with a broken back. He lost consciousness shortly after hitting the ground and fell into a coma. He was now lying 1,260 feet or 384 meters below the surface, inside one of the deepest parts of the cave system. Despite the immense difficulty,
a rescue
operation was launched. Team members climbed down rope ladders to reach him. A doctor descended into the cave to assess his.
Why are we bringing the doctor down here? Just get my brother out. Yeah, let me fix you up, hook you up to this machine, put some little blood things in you, let's check your vitals. Just get him out and bring him to a hospital. I feel like that's more important than getting a doctor stuck in a cave.
Condition, working by headlamp and candlelight.
Working by headlamp. You're working by a little candle. Your heart rate is 74 over 32. Like, bro, just get my brother out.
In the cold, damp chamber where Lubins lay unconscious. Despite the risks, a blood transfusion was performed in the cave.
Are you serious? Get him out. Go to a hospital.
An extraordinary attempt at underground medicine. The rescue teams stabilized him as best they could. Over the next 2 days, they attempted to hoist him slowly back toward the surface using a manual winch system. But the shaft was narrow, and conditions were dangerous. As the rescue progressed, rocks began to loosen inside the shaft. Falling debris now posed a danger not just to Lubins, but also to the cavers working below. On the evening of August 29th, after nearly 36 hours of rescue efforts, Marcel Lubins died underground. The Jord Brugrada cave tragedy.
What was that?
Marcel Lubins died underground. The Jord Brugrada cave.
Nah, I do not. I don't mess
cave
with
tragedy. On February 6, 2014, 5 experienced Finnish cave divers prepared to enter one of the most dangerous underwater cave systems in Europe.
See, why are you going in an underwater cave? Is a normal cave not enough for you? Now we need to be going in an underwater cave? You are doing too much, bro. Just go in a normal cave.
Europe. Pluragrada, also known as Jord Brugrada, located in northern Norway. Their goal was ambitious. Dive through a 420
if that's under a volcano
feet or 130-meter deep submerged passage, reach the other side of the mountain, and surface in a distant dry cave chamber. It was a journey that required precision, discipline, and perfect coordination. Each diver carried a closed-circuit rebreather, a high-tech breathing system that recycles air to allow deep dives for extended periods. The group was well prepared, but this cave had claimed lives before. The tunnels.
You're telling me many other people have gone in this cave, they've died, and you're dumb enough to try it? You think you're so special? You think just because you got some fancy little breathing thing you're gonna make it out alive? No!
Were narrow, the water near freezing, and the depth pushed the limits of human endurance. At first, everything went smoothly. The divers followed a fixed guideline that led through the submerged passages. They moved in a staggered formation, each managing their own buoyancy and trim in total darkness. After navigating
Total darkness? We don't got lights down there? We can't hook up a little flashlight? You're just going in complete darkness. We're just trusting the water. Oh, we're going to go to the right spot. Like, bro, what?
Restrictions, they reached the deepest part of the route, where visibility dropped and the tunnels grew more unstable. Then, something went wrong. Around 360 feet or 110 meters deep, one diver, Jari, got stuck. It was in a narrow restriction between two rock walls.
Hold up. Just rotate your head.
Point in the cave where movement was tight even in perfect conditions. He became wedged, unable to go forward or back, and his rebreather began malfunctioning. In moments like this, panic is fatal. Another diver, Patrick, tried to help.
I'm sorry. If I'm Patrick, I am not helping you. I'm dipping. I get you're my brother. I get you're my dog. I get we went in this together, but I'm sorry. We came here to complete the mission. You got stuck. That's not my fault. My bad. You're a bit fat and you got stuck in the cave. I'm not helping you, bro. You are on your own. I'm not risking my life.
But the tunnel was too narrow for both of them to maneuver. Visibility was dropping fast, and the water temperature was just above freezing. Silt from the cave floor filled the tunnel, and now both men were blind. Jari's breathing became frantic, and soon his mouthpiece slipped out. Patrick tried desperately to hold on to him, to insert the backup regulator, to free his partner's arm, but the effort failed.
Give up.
He had to make a choice.
Give up.
Stay and die with him, or leave and find help. He left.
Leave it instantly. I'm gone. I wasn't even gonna help you, bro. I'm gone. I'm gone.
Back at the surface, the remaining divers began to realize something was wrong. Two men were missing. Emergency services were contacted, and within hours, the Norwegian police closed the cave. The bodies, they said, were unreachable.
Both died?
But the team didn't accept that. A few weeks later, a new plan was made in secret. A team of Finnish divers, including close friends of the deceased, returned to the cave.
You're telling me they went back down there to retrieve the bodies? They're already dead, bro. Just let them rest, all right?
Cave against official orders. Over the course of 100 hours, they penetrated the deadly system again, this time solely for recovery. They worked in total silence, inching their way through the tunnel, navigating the same restrictions that had claimed their friends.
See, when they reached... I would understand if there's like a treasure chest at the end. Like, if there was, like, a treasure chest or, like, some ancient map or some, like, key to the city of Atlantis, like, I'd understand going through all this work, squirming all about to get that. There's no goal. Your goal is to make it out alive. That's dumb. That's just stupid. Find another hobby. Go, like, do something else.
The spot where...
Go knit a sweater or something, bro.
Jari had died. They found his body still suspended in the narrow passage.
And his body's gonna be stuck in the same spot. So now you can't get through because your dead friend's body is stuck right there.
His rebreather was flooded, his arms still in the same position
and he's
as
dead.
when he had last
been there for 3 days.
Tried to escape. Behind him, deeper in the cave, they found Diver 2, believed to be Kai, who had died while attempting to reach or help Jari. His equipment was mostly intact, but he had run out of breathable gas long before help could have arrived. After carefully securing the bodies and extracting them through some of the tightest passages in the system, the team brought their friends home. It was one of the most difficult recovery dives in history, documented in the 2016...
I mean, at least they got them out. Like, shout out to them. If they died also trying to get their friends out, it would have just been a whole nother thing.
...film Diving into the Unknown. If you enjoyed this video...
W video, sub to the guy in the description. Please subscribe to me too if you like this reaction, and peace!